Are you sure it isn't time for a colorful metaphor?
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the Edge of Civility.
You're listening to Mean Geek, episode 155.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel like a little bit of Elvis.
Really?
I'm starting to sing everything I say.
Well, you've got the sideburns and the giant ass, so I mean...
You asshole. You're a fucking ass. What's going on, Rev?
Not too much. How are you doing?
Mr. Now Married Man, motherfucker. Bing! Colonel Girlfriend has become...
Commodore wife.
Commodore wife. Not Brigadier, which would be...
Awkward
too
to
wordy.
say.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, Brigadier's not good enough. Commodore. Commodore's good.
Commodore wife. Oh, man. So anything nerdy happened to you this week?
Not a fucking thing. Not true.
Well, that was quick.
One thing.
What was that?
That last goddamn Legends of the Dark Knight came in.
So you were 100% completed.
100. Issue 140 was a Doug Manchin, Paul Gulacy joint with Jimmy Palmiotti inking. And, yeah, it was so fucking worth the wait. And that should be read as, Jesus Christ, I purchased this?
Hey, at least it's over.
It was very early in Batman's career, Scarecrow story with one of the first meetings of Catwoman.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like, oh my god, I need to read the other 4 parts of this series immediately. I should go back upstairs and get them now.
Did you even remember it?
No. I totally don't. Not everything can be a winner, man. Even Batman, as we realized in the New 52. So, I don't know what the hell was that bad. No, I mean, I've been replaying Medal of Honor still.
You decided to revisit Batman, Arkham
Yes,
City?
I will be getting back to Arkham City very, very soon in view of the release of the new game, Arkham Origins, because you just can't have a winning franchise that isn't exploited till it dies.
Are you planning on running out and buying that one?
No. It'll wait. I ain't paying $60 for a fucking game anymore, man.
Fair.
I turned on the Xbox this weekend for the first time, like, 6 months? Maybe even 8 months? To play some Call of Duty with my nephews. And I just want you to know
Whip their ass?
that, no, that when people say shit like, fucking 12-year-old kicked the shit out of me, they ain't fucking lying. I got fucking harassed in that game. It took me a game to warm up,
Well, sure, that's understandable.
and in the second game, I pretty much dominated and ripped the shit out of them because I got sneaky, you know. But
Right.
then there was a map with a lot of open area and very little hiding place, and the 12-year-old goes fucking Rambo like you do. Man, he sees somebody, he lobs a grenade, opens fire, and runs straight the fuck at you.
Nice.
That's his strategy for everything. And I'm like, I'm taking the elevated ground, and I'm fucking zooming in, and I'm like, headshot, headshot. And he's just like, tink, tink, tink.
Good for him.
We were going to play some Halo 4, but the disc is fucked.
Oh, that's annoying.
And I don't even know how it happened. I only played it once.
Didn't you buy that used?
I did buy it used,
Yeah,
but
but it
it
worked,
played
yeah.
once. I'm going to have to resurface the fucking thing with my disc doctor.
That's annoying.
Well, as long as it works, it saved me $20 more, so whatever. I still haven't played it with Joel. That's why I got the fucking thing.
Oh, man.
To play with Dalton and Joel, and it never do.
Well, you gotta buy the online thing and pay for that crap.
Yeah. Which I really have no interest in doing.
It's like $100 or...
No. I mean, you can play with the silver. It's just shorter period, I think.
Wait, how much is the silver?
I don't know. It might be
60 for the year or something?
for a whole year, maybe. Yeah, which is still kind of. It's only $5 a month, but really, it's $60.
Yep.
If they only wanted it $5 a month, that would be one thing.
Yeah, then you
But
forget.
they want all that shit at the same time. You're like, motherfuck. I know you didn't do anything nerdy this week.
Nope.
Yep. Well, that just leaves us books then. Because if you got no news and I got no news, then all it is material.
Well, no news is good news with Gary Gnu.
I knew you were going to pull that. God damn. I haven't thought about Gary Gnu in a long time. You know why? Because I'm not 4. How the hell did it... This movie's killing me. I can't focus with this dubious fucking cinematic pile.
The Mole Man of Belmont Avenue?
Come on. There have been some funny things. I mean, like, the druggies I can't give a shit about because they're just dumb. But there were some funny things. Like, when the cops came at him. Don't watch this flick, kids. You're on my list. Here. Points to his head. Oh, yeah, that's fucking intimidating there. Get the fuck out of here. You want to talk about Fantastic Four?
No.
Number 11? As if that's any greater enticement by naming it.
Oh, man. So, Valeria is pouting because her parents are dying and didn't bother to tell her about it, which is fucked on so many levels.
Pretty much, yeah.
And since they're all molting, basically,
That's pretty much it, too.
they decide, all right, well, to calm you down, petulant 12-year-old, a genius, we'll do whatever you want. So she goes to a planet that worships her somehow to get a peanut butter sandwich.
Creepified. There's no ego there or nothing.
And builds a lab, or takes over someone's lab.
Because everybody loves her.
While meanwhile, steampunk time travelers...
The anachronists, or whatever the fuck they call.
So you've got... what the hell? Johnny Storm met himself. The team is split up in different time zones.
Yep.
And several members have to team up with the steampunkers to save the world. Meanwhile, the Thing's arm is fucking up again, and Johnny Storm meets his twin blue flame brother.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Somebody been reading 90s Superman with that shit? He looked like Electric Blue Superman in that issue. What the hell was that
Well,
about?
he's the blue... that's the hottest flame.
Oh, ooh, excuse me. And
Don't you
Johnny
remember-
Storm has to be the hot one.
Don't you remember the Bunsen burner speech from
Yeah.
biology back in high school?
I do. Thank you, Mr. Fergola. No, I'm done with the book. You're not getting any more of these.
I have one in the next pile.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
After that, no more. Because I can see how they're trying to have fun, and I can see which parts are intended to be fun, but for the most part, I just find... Did he just smack him with is that a taser or a stapler?
I believe it's a stapler pretending to be a taser.
Oh, yeah, it's a taser. Okay.
That is the least cop taser of all time.
Yeah. I don't like you, which is what I said about this book.
No, Fantastic Four broke my heart a little bit. I wanted it to be great, and it just won't. It confuses me, and I'm not having a good time. And I also don't like anybody.
Yeah, there's no character you can say, yeah, it's fucking Johnny.
Yeah, no.
Johnny's not funny. I mean, he isn't even like meanly funny anymore.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He's just a
Ben
jackass.
Grimm doesn't whine. I'm not having a good time with the book.
So it's over.
Sayonara, Fantastic Four.
Boom. I don't even want to talk about this issue, let alone. We got one more to talk about later.
What's that?
In another episode, one more Fantastic Four. But I won't be buying anymore after this. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Matt, you killed me, Matt. Killed me with a sword. What? No. Anyway, all new X-Men 15, in which everyone is in love with everyone, but nobody wants to fucking admit it. And Jean doesn't want to stop reading people's minds. And Rachel comes home and they freak each other out.
Now, the late Archie-esque teen art style. What was your take?
For this particular issue, it worked pretty well. I don't know that I want to see the rest of the issues with maybe the action and the more intense situations really being reflected by this, but I think LaFuente's fine otherwise.
Yeah, it was very cutesy style, but yeah, you had the Jean Grey Rachel meeting, which was amusing and confusing for them. There's a lot of mind reading going on.
And she has to stop that shit.
Well, you know what? It's good writing. It makes sense. If you just discovered you had this power, like learning to turn it off is probably not a day one kind of thing.
Well, yeah, leaking is, so to speak, is going to happen, but I mean, she's not just leaking.
She, in this case, she's only reading emotions really at the top. So it's not like she read everything about older Beast. He just happened to be thinking for 45 minutes how much he loved her and never told her.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that would probably lean.
It would be a pain in the ass.
I mean, you wouldn't get mad at the Hulk if if Bruce Banner turned to the Hulk after you punch him 6 times. You're not like, dude, you're not trying hard enough. No one's thinking that.
But this is, I mean, it kind of breaks the precedent of what we've read in, either flashbacks or historical documents, so to speak, or, reprints. I mean, they got to be coming from a time that's, like, in between issues we've read. Like, the first issue, I mean, Jean Grey shows up right off the bat.
But remember, she was only a telekinetic at first. She didn't read minds till much later.
True.
And she had to learn all those powers in both the telekinetic and the original X-Men really focused much more on, you're not very good at this.
Yeah, but she's not really acting like she wants to learn the control.
Well, I don't think that's true. I mean,
it feels like it.
It's a highly overwhelming. She just traveled in time to find out that she's dead. The guy that's not even her boyfriend yet is a fucking psychopathic terrorist who murdered their father figure. That's a highly... And then finding out on top of that, hey, by the way, you also read minds. Do it, and then stop doing it. That's not normal. People are not supposed to be like, I got this.
Well, if it hadn't been 15 fucking issues...
Yes, but what's the time span in those?
That's where I was going next.
It's like 5 days.
It feels very weird because of the time dilation. They're compressing a lot of shit into 15 issues. And it feels, I mean, technically, that's damn near a year and a half of our time.
Right.
So,
but it's maybe
you try to remember
3
that.
weeks in terms
Tops.
of yeah. It's so as much as it can be annoying to be like, they're still doing this. It's actually logically well done,
as opposed to the Cap run of 11 issues where he was there for a decade. And
we'll get to that. But no, I like the fact that this keeps happening because it should. I like the fact that Bobby is still worthless, even though current Bobby is not. It's not like, hey, I can do that. Huh? I can freeze people's water and ice. Of course, I'm deadly. I'm an evil Iceman snowman thing.
Was it this issue or was it the uncanny? Nope, it was this issue. Yeah, Bobby and Kitty. Are you kidding?
Hey, you know what? The X-Men is the most incestuous fucking group known to man. They were next. It's
so bizarro. And then the boys go out to a fair and just start macking on anything that moves because they all got fucking mutant star eye powers.
To be fair, it was more like people got macked on them. You could, and once again, it was well written.
They totally went on with it, man.
But but they had no
just like,
clue.
Hey,
they're waiting to be shunned, and they're like, that's hot.
I like this now.
Mutants are hot. Wait, what? No, what? No.
Yes, indeed, buddy. I mean, that was kind of amusing, but the poor kid is like, I don't get an X-Man. I got a rock.
I did watch that the other night.
I know
All
you
I
did.
got is a bag of rocks. No, one of my favorite books, if not my favorite Marvel book right now. So well done and thought out. And I loathe time travel.
Don't you know? But the thing is, they're not time traveling right now.
But it's all based
There
in
was
that.
one trip. And yes, the basis is there. And that does irritate me.
But yeah, no,
But
it's
they're
so
not
fucking
flip-flopping
good.
around. It's not... The travel itself is not central to the book.
No, and it's a great book.
The consequences of it are, so that I'm happy with, because everybody's just beating the shit out of each other philosophically for this mess that they're making.
No, really enjoying.
What I'm less happy about is Uncanny Avengers.
I don't understand
The
this book.
Bopsy twins just keep wandering around doing stupid shit and tempting, Scarlet Witch is like, you could all just magic us away and we would have a lovely time on our own little planet.
Yeah, the
in our
twins-
own pocket dimension.
I mean, the high point for me is the art. I love the
No,
art
it's
of the
great
book.
stuff. Acuna is doing amazing things with this book.
Like, it's a great looking book. I really enjoy it. Having said that, I mean, you have some key moments here. Like, the twins tempting the Scarlet Witch. I don't care about the Scarlet Witch, so I don't care about... And I certainly don't care about the twins, but... Yeah, like, she's this side of batshit crazy. Like, fair enough.
Yep.
Let's play with that. Then you have the taunting scenes where the Grim Reaper is fucking with Wonder Man. He's like, yeah, you're nonviolent. But for how long? And Wonder Man's like, look, if I wasn't nonviolent, you'd already be fucked. I'm only here because I'm not punching you in the face repeatedly.
And he's his brother.
Your pussy ass knows that too, and trust me, the fact that he's his brother has never stopped him from clocking that dude
really
7 ways to
hasn't,
Sunday.
Actually, for those that don't know, the Grim Reaper and Simon William are in fact bros,
And
real brothers, actual like blood fucking brothers.
the Grim Reaper is nature's dickhole. Like, that is just not a likable dude.
Ew.
Then you have Wolverine confronted by Daken.
Yeah.
Which I just like saying that way because it sounds like the metal band. But, and he's like, dude, you'll save me, father. I kept thinking you'll save me, and you didn't. You drowned me. And then, on top of that, you have the awesome moment where the Sentry is thanking Thor for fucking him up. Because now, as a dead fucking zombie horseman thing, he can finally realize his full power and rip his face off.
Which is pretty disgusting.
And Thor's like, get away from me, you insane undead freak thing, you. And you know what the funny thing about all this is? You have all three of these. No one's talking to Banshee. The fourth horseman has nothing to be said because no one fucking cares. It's like, we need 4. Fuck it. Banshee. He's dead.
And at some point, Rogue and Toshiro, also known as
Sunfire.
Sunsucker. That was terrible.
Yes.
The terrible, terrible Sunfire, who's just so pissy about losing his legs and his honor, and nobody cares, and they make fun of him because, oh, you're a stoic little honor guy. Meh. He's just, they trade powers, and it's kind of weird, and I don't even know why they're doing it. I missed something crucial about that scene.
I think they're just toughening Rogue up to be even more, because she doesn't fly anymore.
And I don't even care, really. And at the end of it all, Wanda says, all right, fine, we'll fucking do it.
Yeah, war is coming.
But the thing is, even if she does magic away all the current mutants, is she going to have some kind of background spell that's going to bring the newly born mutants to them as they born?
Well, I mean, she blocked all that last time. Mutants stopped occurring the whole time.
Yeah, but they're being born now.
Yeah, but, they stopped last time she cast the spell. Would they stop this time?
That's what I'm saying. How are they going to manage that? Are they going to come back every once in a while, a la Scott, and just come pick them up? Hey, my man.
If they do, then the twins will come back and fuck with her another time,
We got a whole motherfucking planet just for us.
She's a self-fulfilling witch.
Right. But no, I mean, there are certain concepts I like, but...
Now, is this book on the cusp, or is this
It's
safe for a
gone.
while? Oh, you ended
It's
this.
over.
Okay.
Man, you didn't see the totals on these fucking spreadsheets at the ordering time. It's terrible. Can't do it.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Christmas is fucking coming, man.
You're almost done.
Beside the point. You know how much booze needs to be bought at Christmas? Yeah, now you remember. Uh-huh. Yep. That's right, yo. And there's got to be fucking bagels and donuts on Christmas morning. There's got to be boxes of coffee.
Well, you have all those presents to open.
Who does?
You do.
What presents do I have?
I'm totally kidding.
Oh, hello, dickhead. They gave us an irritating number of Uncanny X-Men to read. 3 fucking issues at once. And I really hope they don't pull this crap again, because I don't want to drop this book.
Book's amazing. Like, it can't be dropped. But the triple shipping, come on, don't be horrible.
Out of fucking hand. All right.
I am impressed with Bacalo to get all that out in that time.
Shit, yeah.
And everything looks great.
The thing that happens is Dazzler, of all people, is now a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, a mutant liaison, whatever the fuck that means in this context.
How badly do you
'Cause I
think
thought
Dante wants Dazzler, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, he would love that, man. That's everything he's been dying for, especially if it's done by Bacalo, because he loves him too.
Oh, okay.
So she sews up for Goldball. Fucking stupid. Of all the... Come on,
Come
man.
on, that was awesome. I love when she freaked out and took out the entire neighborhood with light.
Yeah, because his pop is just pulling out guns going, oh my god, you're threatening us. And she's like, I didn't say shit.
Hey, you know what? You bring an armed S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and a mutant son home in the same day, people are going to get fucked up.
The sister's a fan, which makes me laugh. Pulls out her fucking album.
Why do you even own that album? Like, come on. I can't say shit. I would totally have a Dazzler. And you know it, too. Like, I've got a guy with a Dazzler LP in the back room
Are
somewhere.
you kidding? I got fucking...
Leonard Nimoy.
I got Leonard Nimoy and Tiffany and Debbie Gibson. Of course I'd have Dazzler.
Wait, you have Tiffany and Debbie Gibson on LP?
Oh, on LP? No. Of course not. What are you kidding? The fuck am I going to do with those two on LP?
Oh, God only knows.
Although the pictures would be much larger. So I guess she doesn't hate guns pointed at her, so she rips apart the neighborhood. So whoopity shit.
Yeah,
She's done with that at that point. She's like, all right, Goldball, you're coming with fucking me. And we cut to the rest of the Scott team trying to get trained, and nobody was like, is this training? Because I want to take a nap. Well, you know, sleep is important. Next up. What? Scott, just ease back on the fucking training routines. I know you want a mutant strike force for freedom of all, blah, blah, blah.
Now. I mean,
Jingoistic horse shit,
he
whatever.
went through all that, too. Like, yeah, he got to live in a nice academy, but they got a nice place. I'm sure he feeds them. They have beds, but yeah, it's always been work, danger room, teen angst.
But then speaking of angst, there's a neat little scene that I enjoy, as a matter of fact, because I have started to warm to the cuckoos a little bit. And Irma, the Stepford Cuckoo. Irma? Really? Irma Stepford Cuckoo? What? Get the fuck out of here. She goes ahead and gets her hair cut and dyed.
I love that.
And she's digging it. And her sisters are like, ah!
That is not what we do.
We're triplets who used to be quintuplets or quartuplets. What's it for? Fuplets?
Quartet.
Quartet?
It's a quartet.
Quartuplets.
Not saying that ever.
Whatever. And she's like, look, man, I'm me. I want to be more me. Totally a teenager thing to do. And one sister's like, maybe I'll go red. And the last one's, unity, triplets.
The cuckoos have gone cuckoo.
They have, in fact. But the great... And it was like, yeah, that's it. I know what you're saying. Amused me greatly. We go back to the interrogation of Goldball by by Alison Blair, and he demonstrates his giant gold balls. It just amazed her terribly.
You know what's great about it too is that everyone is like, "Oh, that's the stupidest thing ever," and they get hit with it like, "Oh no, that's awful. Make that stop. Stop hitting me with gold balls."
It's terrible.
They're much harder than I anticipated, and round too.
But Scott, Magic, and who was it? Eva.
I can't remember any of the new names.
Eva show up to rescue somebody. And they have a little tete-a-tete there.
Well, they realize that they've dropped Gold Ball off, and the odds of him not getting picked up are very small.
Yes. He should have realized that. But then she confronts him about Charles. He's like, ugh, fine. It's terrible, and it's complicated.
Come with me, and I'll explain everything.
Oh, yeah. Come on, really?
Come
Shield
with me
agent's
if I
gonna go
want
with
to be a free
known
mutant.
terrorist. And the only reason she didn't fucking shoot him right then is because she knows him.
You gotta admire the balls on both Gold Ball and Scott, where he's like, "Oh, what? You're not coming? What? No, I'm not following your insane fucking terrorist ass. Like, are you serious? I've got a shield badge on and a gun, and I'm here questioning one of your followers. You're not just gonna walk in the room. I'm gonna swoon and be like, oh yes."
But then Coulson shows up and offers her some shitty coffee. But guess what, kids? It's not Coulson.
Is
It's
that the
Mystique rearing her giant blue head again. And that's where that issue ends.
Is that the first Coulson appearance in a comic?
No.
No.
No. I don't remember the precise one, but it's definitely not the first one. It's probably the first one. X-Men.
Fair enough.
Which is not a great distinction, but 10, excuse me, that was 9 the whole time. 10, excuse me, opens up with a snowball fight at the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters.
Well, you know, it's too friggin' ridiculous to do baseball, so.
Which is fun. But then Magneto starts having this weird coded text conversation about mayonnaise on sandwiches.
That is the worst code
It's
ever.
the terriblest code ever. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I mean, like...
Mayonnaise,
Are you
prank caller.
serious? I mean, Inner Space is an underrated movie. I voted for garlic. What? You know...
None of that is true.
Try to have a code, for God's sake. I always vote for garlic.
All right,
That's accurate.
Yeah, but Inner Space is not an underrated movie.
No, not by a long shot. So they're training and snowball fighting outside in the snow, and Gateway or whoever he is just pops Ilyana out of there, and she's like, "Wait, I did what? Where did I go? I don't know what's going on." And she gets pissed about that. You magic my ass away? I'm magic, motherfucker.
Hey, you know,
that is one zombie killing shovel right there.
you gotta give credit. It's the idea that your powers will evolve is so clear if you've read these things. When you're a mutant, you're like, oh, I do this. Well, don't count that's where it stops.
Yeah.
I mean, Wolverine was unlikable and couldn't get laid at one point. Like, shit changes. Like, it's a fucking hill, motherfucker. It's not a fucking straight path. All right? Look at Angel. Look at Archangel. Know that shit will go. Beast.
Ugh. What, can't they just leave fucking Hank alone, for fuck's sake?
Iceman, dude. Remember he was a snowman with a carrot nose, for fuck's sake?
He did not have a carrot nose. He did not. I don't remember no carrot nose.
No, I'm kidding.
Of course you're kidding, you tool bag! Whoa. Webcam girl, how you doing? Anyway, this fucking movie. After all that, Maria finally shows up and starts laying down the fucking law on old Eric there. On
Which is never
Magneto.
going to go well.
It's never going to go well, but, I mean, he brought her the deal, and now he doesn't want to deal with the deal. So, I mean, he needs to get shown that, look, I'm the unified, universal fucking giant police enforcement cop person here, and you're a well-known terrorist. You bring me a deal, you got to live up, or I'm putting your ass away. Your powers are fucked up right now, and I'm going to...
And none of that even She doesn't even punish him. It's like, oh, you're going through someone else now. I talk only to you. No, fuck off.
No, I'm in charge, and I say who you're.
Bend this corner. No, then you fucking talk to Alison Blair. Have a dazzling time. Piss off and call me in the morning.
Have a dazzling. Terrible. So out of absolutely nowhere, the next page is a pro-mutant rally in, of all places, Ann Arbor, fucking Michigan. And let me tell you about Ann Arbor, fucking Michigan.
You been to Ann Arbor?
I've been to Ann Arbor because I used to live in Detroit. Ann Arbor is the single most boring Midwest town this side of fucking Iowa. I mean, you cannot get any more than Ann Arbor. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't care where you live in. Ohio is more fun than fucking Ann Arbor.
Well, all the more reason to have a mutant rally, really.
Well, yeah, I guess. Something's got to shake up things. But Scott's team sees this on the TV, and they're like, ooh, PR. So they show up, and he spins the tale of his dedication to Charles Xavier and how he was saved and everything was hunky-dory until something horrible happened with Charles, which he wasn't really going to explain in public.
Understandably.
And then, out of nowhere, the Blockbuster Sentinel appears. Now, I had noted this before the show started tonight. How many Ultimate fucking Sentinels are they going to make in a row?
It's a robot. Things get upgraded.
Things get upgraded, yeah. But we were assured that the Nimrod version was the ultimate, unchangeable, no better can be made, engineered, whatever, Sentinel of all time.
Yeah, but, Ultra. We were told that about Ultron, too, that he was the ultimate robot 42 different times.
Yes. So what do? We get another one. I mean, are you getting these from further and further and further in the timeline? Come on. And, it's not even an interesting fucking robot. It looks a lot like... You know what it looks like? It looks a lot like the fucking Martians from War of the Worlds. No real head, the really wide shoulders, the thin body. I'm telling you, look at it again. Tell me. Right?
It definitely looks more alien than robotic. I mean...
Yeah. And that's where that issue ends, and everybody's shitting their pants. So... he's got Maria Hill's characterization down.
Yep.
I love Bendis's Maria Hill. And this was Fraser Irving, which was different than Acuna Bacalo. Very different.
Yeah.
But kicking it nonetheless. I liked it. My God. It's full
Number
of
3.
X-Men. Christ almighty, fucking X-Men. I'm buying X-Men books again. Jesus. Didn't think there would be anything could ever make me do that again. So, the Blockbuster Sentinel is at the rally. Everybody's like, fuck! And takes the hell off.
Including our fearless heroes.
Pretty much, because they're kids and have never seen a Sentinel before. It was designed to kill them.
You gotta love Scott. Well, they don't know it's a Sentinel at first. I mean, how could you?
Because it said right out in the open, Blockbuster Sentinel online. It spoke that.
Yeah, but Scott at one point refers to that he isn't sure what it is, so I'm not sure how well they heard it. But,
well, maybe.
Because there's a point where he's like, oh, great, it's relearning from itself. I know what that is. That won't work again.
So the kids try all their powers, and they're not really doing very well.
That's not true. Goldball does excellent.
I'm getting there. The one that's supposed to manipulate mechanical things is just like, go to sleep, shut off, go away, out, leave, and it's just like, try again, pal.
Well, it makes you wonder if this is some sort of biomechanical Sentinel.
Maybe.
Because the look of it definitely suggests that as a possibility as well.
Yep. But he's trying to get...
Considering he was able to move the shield helicarrier earlier.
But then the Stepford Cuckoos confirm that it's not, in fact, biological. There's no brain in there for them to manipulate, but they note also somehow that it's not a machine either. So flip a goddamn coin on this one, would you?
It's a rock.
A living rock.
Slag. The living rock.
The healing guy gets...
The living boulder. Sorry, slag the living boulder.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Slag.
Where is that?
Oh, well,
Is that real?
Yeah, he fought the Fantastic Four, and then he reappears in, if you recall, Burns' She-Hulk.
Oh, crap. I haven't read that in 25 years, man.
Slag the living boulder, or living hill, something.
Jesus. Oh, Burn, you goddamn crazy genius. Where was I? What was I saying?
Stepford Cuckoo's confirmed that it's neither biological or mechanical. What kind of psychic? Like, oh, wait, no, I'm not reading any machine parts.
And there's no brain for us to play with, so I don't know.
We're out of here.
The healing guy gets all kook and he's like, hey, I'll fix that compound fracture for you.
Notice he fixed the hot girl. And
What, you think? Maybe?
There's probably a senior citizen with multiple compound fractures like a foot away. It's like, no, I'm sorry, this hot girl's got a skin knee.
Like you said, though, Goldball takes the fucker down, man. He's just poinks his way, which is kind of disgusting noise. He poinks his way straight through the Sentinels.
I don't know. I, unlike you, have never thought about what the noise would make if a ball hit a Sentinel.
It's on the page.
No,
dude.
but
It
you've
says
obviously...
poink.
Yes, what I'm saying is you've spent a lot more time thinking about what the real noise would be if poink is not successful for you.
Poink, poink, poink. Poink, poink.
You
It's
prefer
right on the
something
page.
wetter and
it's
slappier?
in the lettering. It says poink. So that's what I said.
Okay.
I don't know what
I'm
you're
just
talking
implying
about.
that you've assumed that
I am
at
not
some point...
imagining what giant gold balls smacking a pseudo-living...
Oh, I'm not
mechanical
thinking that at
entity.
all. I assume that you've imagined what your balls would sound like smacking into a Sentinel repeatedly.
No, never thought that. God, you're disgusting. What the fuck, yo? Magic shows up and she gets a couple of hits in, and the entire time Maria Hill was witnessing this and wondering why the fuck they can't get some SHIELD agents down there. And oh wait, it's
here it
because
is.
it's Ann Arbor.
That was a funny line. I'll give you that. I did enjoy
Which
that.
is really weird because who knew fucking Maria Hill went to college in Ann Arbor, for God's sake. What?
There's a random factoid for you.
Well, they wrote it down. I mean, if anybody knows her backstory, it's him. So, it's just so weird. Something happens in Madripoor, but I didn't care because the university
well, basically,
stuff was cooler.
Viper is pissed because people were trying to sell Madripoor, and that's her playground. So she's fucking up anyone who's considering that an option.
But who? I mean, it looked like a bunch of hand ninjas, maybe?
Well, they were involved in the sale. Remember, if you go back...
Yeah. I don't know who this is, though. It doesn't look like Madam Hydra to me, though. I'll reread it one day. Doesn't matter. They finish up the battle at the university somehow.
Now, Scott's getting very pissed because wherever he goes, Sentinels are showing up.
Oh, you think? Because he's the giant mutant terrorist who plans to take everybody away and put them on their own little utopia.
Yeah, but he's teleporting, and he doesn't even know where he's going, and they're showing up.
Yeah. Somebody, I wonder whom, must be setting that up.
That's his point. But yeah, somehow they're tracking the... It's not like he's planning on going to Ann Arbor till the TV turned on, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
There was no itinerary for Sentinel spies to go through. Some sort of like Transformers 3 tiny robot swearing and rifling through papers. Like, ooh, TikTok, Ann Arbor, Michigan. No, didn't happen.
So, Scott and Magneto team up a little bit, if I'm reading this right, to finally take the thing down, because Magneto can't really affect it directly, but there's metal all around, and he can use that directly against it as a weapon instead of direct
Well, he can kind of use it since his powers are broken. They really need to establish what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, with Scott, it makes sense. He can't focus. So if he opens his eyes, shit just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But with Magneto, like, what's a broken metal moving power?
Yeah, it's difficult to tell.
I can only move nickel. I mean, what, like, they need to kind of clear that up. Like, if Scott opened his eyes, shit goes horribly awry. Got it. Clear. Doesn't matter if you have a visor. You can't aim shit.
And then, of course, we have, at the end, the very mysterious, unidentified malignancy that re-teleports the damaged Blockbuster Sentinel. I wonder how much they paid for that trademark.
Nothing these days.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of books left, and I have to pee. So,
Oh!
what?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just...
whatever. Now that I've emptied out, let's fill right back up again. Here. Shipyard Pumpkinhead Winter October thingy beer.
It's a good pumpkin beer. I don't do a lot of them, but I wanted to get one in before the end of the
Yeah, this will
Halloween
be
season.
my one.
I know you don't really care for them, but you didn't bring any, so shut the fuck up. I kid. Because I care.
I took care of my own beer the last 2 times,
That's
man. What
true.
are you talking about? God damn,
I
son.
gave you a nice Goose Island one. I'd have given you more, but you had beer.
Yeah, well, it happens. So, Superior Spider-Man 15 and 16. Wow. Jam-packed with all kinds of fucking craziness.
Lots going on.
I don't even know how to begin to cover what the fuck happened in these 2 books, man.
You know the best thing about both these books is the moment where you realize that Superior Spider-Man cannot find Hobgoblin, who's a jackhole,
He's a total asshole.
because he's accidentally covered under the Goblin's plan.
Excellent. That's fucking hilarious.
And the Green Goblin's like, fuck it. Somehow he's getting, he's falling under the Goblin protection plan by virtue of being a crappy Hobgoblin, but nonetheless. And so he cancels it on him so that then Superior Spider-Man can find him, which makes not one lick of sense anywhere.
No, it really doesn't. He goes to the Tinkerer, who has that guy who was fired from Horizon, Ty, or whatever the fuck his name is. Whatever current trendy fucking name in popular media is available. Hi, I'm Ty. I'm anyone but. Thanks. Get the fuck out of here with Ty.
Hi, Ty.
The Tinker has to remind fucking new Hobgoblin, hey, no fucking costumes through the front door, asshole. Which is a pretty good thing to remember.
Yeah, kind of a keep. Well, the Hobgoblin is a jackhole. Like,
He is. He's a doof. So he says, look, I need more equipment. I need better stuff. He's like, well, I'll get my best guy on it. Hey, I've got a best guy. And he, of course, is like, fuck these guys, man. He wants revenge on fucking everybody, man. He doesn't
He's
give
a
shit.
very bitter nerd.
Even more bitter than me. God damn. What is that?
And he's banging a hot reporter.
Yeah, and how does that work? Vengeful, bitter nerd gets fucking... Where's mine, man? When's gonna be my time?
Thank you for the Kevin Smith reference.
Going back into Hell's Kitchen, Ak is talking to Carly and Watanabe about how he just took down Shadowland and how it was necessary and how he's amazing for doing it. Of course, Carly doesn't give a shit because she knows something ain't right. And Watanabe is in league with her about this. So she's going to go find things out as the Wraith. Back to that whole Wraith-Wrath shit.
Way too much of that crap. But, the more people that know that he's not Peter means eventually I'll get Peter back. So,
Well, sure. I mean, I don't know how much longer he can keep this kind of this high level up, but I'm betting it's not terribly much longer. Him being Slot.
right.
So, and I don't really want it to last too much longer.
It's been a
You know,
good
there's-
read. I've enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
it's gone on quite a while. I mean, what is
There's-
this issue number?
15. There's very specific arcs going on, and it's all seems to be in service of the great arc. But it will have to end, and I'll be happy when it does. Why the fuck are there cod pieces on the outside? Why are there red? No, stop it. Get rid of this fucking movie.
What? It's over.
Is this thing over? This is it?
You made it all the way through.
They killed the mole man of Belmont Ave?
No, there were many, so they have to go down on a regular basis.
Oh, I see.
So they have mole men beepers that let them know.
Mole man beepers. Exanthia? What a dumb name. That was the webcam girl, I'll bet. It's stupid. Phil Urich.
Look, you can't even rate it. It's just like, just remove it. Just take it away.
That's fucking funny. Phil Urich goes to the Bugle to go get paid, motherfucker.
And to hide out, because she's
And
not
to
going
hide
well.
out. But he eventually has to go home. And original Goblin calls him up and says, "You need to make some money, motherfucker. And I need to take it from you." He's like, "God damn, this is like work. I gotta do fucking bank jobs, and I gotta do muggings, and I bet I gotta take that old lady's Social Security check. Jesus, fuck, man, I was supposed to be a bad guy.
This
It
was
supposed to be
awesome.
fun.
I just killed people for the Kingpin, got paid huge amounts, but now I gotta rob,
It's so dumb.
And the sad part is that says everything about the change from 60s villains to now.
It really does.
Yep. Because back in the day, Ron was like, "This is life. I rob a bank, drink the proceeds, whatever. Hire someone to rub my rhino hide. Touch the horn, baby. That's an extra $200."
Ew. That's terrible.
But true.
But funny. Sushi Typhoon. What the hell movie have you put on?
What? Could it possibly be worse than Mole Man?
It could. It really could.
That's true.
So everyone being May and Carney or Carrie or whatever the fuck her name is, Carly and Mary Jane and Max, they're all in
The Professor and the
The
Midget.
Professor and the Midget.
Which sounds like a bad movie.
Although we're not supposed to refer to them as midgets now.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how little people is any better than midget. No, I'm not even remotely joking.
Yeah, I wasn't trying at all to be insulting there.
I was just noting it. I fully do not understand the critical differences. Because what's the first thing most people do when they're trying to insult, like, let's say somebody's hobby? "Oh, you and your little figurines." Or their pals. "Oh, you and your little pals." So how is that really good?
Are you basing all this on Toto? Like, where is this going?
No. No.
Uh-oh.
You and your little fucking comics. What the look, I don't need a Super Ninja fucking baseball movie, okay? You can't show... What the fuck? The pitcher just went into orbit. And I'm lucky I know what a pitcher is, but I know they're not supposed to go into orbit. He's going to kill that poor fucker.
That's his dad.
His dad's not catching that flaming ball from fucking orbit. Oh, shit! He clocked him right in the forehead and killed his ass. That's not proper.
No, that is poor etiquette for one's
And that's
father.
why I don't play sports, kids. You get clocked in the head with flaming balls from orbit.
Welcome to Dead Ball.
So everybody's wondering where the hell Ock is.
Or Spider-Man in this case.
Well, I mean, he's Ock. Come on. Octavius. So he's just sitting there
That
going,
was a hell of a pitch.
he's like,
Oh my god!
"Oh, shit, his wound is smoking and bubbling. That's fucked up." Yeah, see, never use your superpowers in fucking baseball. Why didn't someone tell that to the vampires in fucking Twilight? So he's trying to figure this out. Peter/Octavius is
Pock.
sitting there. What?
Pock.
No, I'm not calling him Pock. No.
Pocky?
No, definitely not. Where my Pocky at?
Doc Pock?
Terrible. Get the fuck out of here with this. You're just sabotaging everything I'm trying to get out here.
Yeah, I know.
So you do it.
No, you're doing fine.
I'm doing terribly because you keep interrupting my ass.
Come on. All right, so, yes, Doc Pock is missing all of Peter's life yet again, ignoring all the people that make Peter Peter so that Doc Pock can build his robots and hide fucking the Sinister Six in glass jars. Well, because he's frustrated because he cannot catch the Hobgoblin, which would piss literally anyone off.
Oh, sure. Was that doofus? I mean, he's not exactly the most competent supervillain ever.
He was, there was a short period in the 90s where he was like fucking the man, like villainous and horrible.
Yeah, but he wasn't Phil Urich.
No. This was the post Ned's. Phil Urich is a jackal. That's been established. But yeah, so the Green Goblin decides to drop the radar. And meanwhile, Ty is working on negating all of the hobgoblins, which I'm not really sure how that's possible. Like, he worked on them, but it's a flaming sword. You turn it off, it's still a fucking sword.
What the fuck kind of place is this? That is one seriously fucked up internment camp. No vengeance? No smoking, no vengeance. What? This is fucking terrible, dude. We meet up with the Goblin Underground with old Norman for a whole page, and nothing really happens as a result. So good on you there, Slot.
It is a slow build in everything Slot's doing. You have to give credit to that.
Doc Ock / Peter.
It's the man with no name.
Or if you say Pock.
Doc Pock.
Is meeting with the Chancellor and the Professor and apologizing for not fucking being there for class and being a jerk and pissing off the Professor. When we find out that his tutor has picked his fucking pocket so he doesn't get to go hang around with, quote, Spidey. I'm like, hey, man, that's my fucking pocket. We ain't really dating. We haven't done anything super interesting. I understand that you feel for me, but you don't go picking my fucking pocket! That's my shit! You stay out of there! What's wrong with you? Jesus! So, he finally finds Phil Urich Hobgoblin, and they have a little fight. It's not a bad little fight, I guess. But the whole time, Ty is watching and interfering. And Urich gets away, goes back to the Bugle. But Ty reveals his secret while he's there.
No, that wasn't Ty. That was Doc Ock.
Was it?
Yep.
Because
he was having problems finding him, so he announces it.
Yeah. I remember now. Phil Urich. Audio's working perfectly. Yes. No, you're right. You're totally right.
That was an awesome moment. The look on the guy's face, surrounded by people, like, oh, fuck noodles.
So he essentially takes the entire Bugle staff hostage at that point.
Now, this is one of my favorite Dan Slott moments because it's such a newspaper moment. They're like, no, don't tell anybody. We have to figure out what we're going to do. It's like, wait, he might be like an insane serial killer, criminal, fucking dick weasel. Well, we have to spin how we're going to present that our employee is a serial killer dick weasel before we tell anyone. And there's no newspaper on earth, with the possible exception of the Clinton Recorder and the Good Times,
The Good Times,
that wouldn't do that very thing.
The Clinton Recorder. I forgot that was even a paper.
I'm not sure it is. I believe it's not anymore.
Yeah, really? Well, I mean, there's only so much that happens in a fucking town of 15,000.
There never was much.
Weekly was pushing it, really.
Yep.
That thing should have been quarterly.
I love that. And I love the whole debate, like, as they're like, explain why you're not this person. You do bring all the stories in. You are creepy and weird.
And he can't do it, of course, because he is, in fact, creepy and weird.
So, meanwhile, Doc Pock enters into the fucking building, and they start yelling at him for, like, you almost caused a riot. There's no proof that he's... And you had an awesome moment where he could have been like, yeah, there's no proof. I can walk away from this. But because he's fucking Phil Urich, world's dumbest criminal, he's like, I've got a flaming sword. Let me kill a blonde. Goblins are good at that. Which was an awesome line. But the worst possible way to end that situation.
That is such a horrible thing to say, man. Goblins are good at that. So, big fight. Boom, boom. You know. Then Wraith is, like, beating up random, like, what is this guy?
Just a gunman for hire.
Yeah, just some... Oh, no, he's one of Doc Ock's minions.
Oh, yeah, but the fucking electrodes in her tentacles tell that they're telling the truth. Oh, my God, I hate Wraith. Oh, my God. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. My truth tentacles inform me.
That's so bad. Did you know that there is now a drink
Called the truth tentacle?
No. Called Tentacle Grape.
Tentacle grape.
Yes.
Really?
And it has...
Is that a Cthulhu Cola?
No, it's Japanese.
What a shock.
It's got a anime girl surrounded by tentacles, smiling and upskirted on the bottle.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you are so fucking wrong, dude. That is just, how do you... What?
Not at
You
all
thought
cool.
that was a good fucking marketing plan? Really? Gotta be out your goddamn mind. Tentacle grape. So Carly is playing the whole Oracle role. And she's like, oh, let's investigate. Let's see what's going on.
I honestly, for one moment, forgot that it was a Marvel book. I'm like, oh, Oracle. And then I'm like, wait, no.
Really? Because, dude, she looks every bit
Yep.
Barbara Gordon
And
right
she's
there.
in the chair at the computer. Like, it was just horrible.
Yeah.
Like, she's not even an Oracle anymore. I'm wrong on every level.
So bad. But then Blondie just gives an elbow to the jaw on fucking Yuri, which made me laugh. But Ock is getting kind of nasty because he's got explosives in his nanobots now.
Yep.
So he blows up Yurik's chest, for God's sake, in just this huge, like, circular fashion. No more with the weird baseball killer people. Oh my God.
He just picked up a dude and hit the ball with him.
This is fucked up. Did you notice that the numbers on the kids' backs are in Sharpies?
I did not.
Yeah, there's not. Those aren't real printed jerseys. Those cheap motherfuckers. How do you do this? Oh my God. Somewhere along the line, Goblinita shows up.
Goblinita is back!
I can't handle what was just on that fucking screen, dude. I can't. Oh, God in heaven. Fast forward this shit.
So, come on, Goblinita's back. She gets sent to free Urich. Now, apparently Spider-Man is now living in Gotham because they can't keep anything held captive.
Gotham?
Exactly. Like, the police can't hold a criminal for 4 minutes.
Yeah. It's... Killing me with this. This movie is freaky creepy. Although the headmistress is quite attractive.
Please be lying.
Are we done with Spider-Man?
I mean...
You want to say one more thing about Goblinita?
Well, I'm always happy for a Goblinita appearance. I did like that she broke him out by just ripping the top off the police van, and there wasn't a single guard. Like, it's a fucking career criminal supervillain, but let's just leave him alone in the back of the van. He'll be fine. I do want to point out that Captain America did call during this when he was about to kill Hobgoblin because he hasn't learned shit apparently, and he's like, "There are lava men attacking. We need you." Lava men, you'll take care of it. No, there are fucking lava men attacking. We need you. By the way, you're still using fucking robots and drones and armed guards to fight crime, which we don't do.
I can't see why not. Technically, that's a great idea.
Because it's a police state?
Well, he's not actually the government. So
That's
no,
even
it's-
more of a problem.
Okay, so as long as you're an individual vigilante, that's hunky-dory.
Well, Cap's not really down with that either, except during the Civil War, and that just resulted in a major fight scene. And I punch you in the face!
I don't... You know, I'm looking at these Avengers books.
Dude, the team is so large!
I don't even care about this fucking book anymore.
Like, they just added... Now they add the two fucking alien things that I can't stand.
Abyss and Nihilo.
Yeah.
Ex
Nihilo, Avenger, and Starfire and Night Mask.
Starbrand.
Sorry, I'm so fucking upset that I got that wrong. Yeah!
But they got to get bigger. Oh, we got to get bigger.
And then they go off into space to fight this giant space battle against a villain that's still not clearly defined.
Yeah, we have
And
no idea
Jason,
why the builders
the
give a
Spartex leader, you got a fairly cool moment with Skrulls, where Skrull General dies.
Oh,
and
no,
a
that
whole
was
bullet.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and the way they handled things was very cool. And now one of the ships blows up, so maybe there'll be a dead Avenger, which is impossible to care about because it could be Smasher or fucking Evo or any of the 3,200 other ones.
That we don't get any panel time on.
Howard the Duck, Avenger! Like, at this point...
Dude, don't think they're going to skip that. They're gonna
It's
fucking...
so unwieldy.
I have no problem believing that they're going to bring in fucking Howard the Duck for this shit.
Then you go over to the new Avengers, and it's the Illuminati versus the Thanos squad of creepy fucks.
Yeah, all named after various dark things.
And they're all hunting Infinity Gems, which I gotta point out pisses me off.
That's their big thing, Infinity Gems?
No, not even that. I mean, fine, like Thanos and the Infinity Gems, that's fine. My thing is, Thanos isn't gonna let anybody else touch them.
Yeah.
It's like, here, my minions, go grab these incredibly powerful pain-in-the-ass things, and then...
make sure you give them to me.
Yeah, because I trust the psychotically evil.
Yeah. Especially the new ones. Like, nobody's ever heard of these. Corvus Glaive. Come on. Proxima
You do,
Midnight.
however, have an awesome moment where, in order to protect Atlantis, Namor gets humiliated.
Yeah.
And then to get his own back, he sicks them on Wakanda just to be a douche.
that was... Oh, man. Namor just can't make up his fucking mind, man. He wants to be this noble ruler of the wonders of Atlantis, and then he pulls some douchey shit like this, which is just going to ensure that more people...
Well, he is at war with the Wakanda.
Yeah, but
he's allowed to be a dick to them.
Once they realize that he sent Proxima Midnight over there, and trust me, I have a love-hate relationship with the name Proxima fucking Midnight. Because I like the word Proxima, but combined with Midnight is not exactly turning my gears here.
Just about midnight. Yeah, no.
There's this weird situation where Strange is being confronted by... What?
I'm not entirely sure.
Is that Thane? No, I'm serious. Is that Thane?
I could not read it. I forgot the name about 4 seconds afterwards. Fact of the matter is that this isn't a strange book. You still got the White Swan floating around and Terrak. There's so many confusing things happening in all of these.
Yeah, they attacked the Jean Grey School for something. I mean,
Well, because the Beast has one now.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I don't care about anything happening in the Avengers. Like, these books are basically ruined for me at this point. I would rather fucking Dr. Druid was back on the team than this horseshit.
Oh, yeah, here they are. Oh, I'm so glad they did this, because I remembered 2 whole names in this fucking book. The bad guy.
Oh,
the
okay.
Thanos squad.
Yeah, what do you got?
We got Corvus Glaive. I'm named after my weapon. Whatever, pal.
Great, we're in Krull.
Proxima Midnight, Black Dwarf, Supergiant, and Ebony Maw. So for,
Ebony Maw.
it's so
Blackmouth, come here!
it's just terrible, man. Ebony Maw. So you got 3 astronomical things, a weapon, and something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. All right, Ebony Maw, I can get that. Black hole, big deal. It's dumb, but I get it. Supergiant, it's a sun.
Yep.
It's a massive sun. All right, I get it. He wants to get sci-fi-ish. He's out in outer space. He's coming from wherever the fuck across the galaxy. Supergiant, whatever. Black dwarf, same thing. Another star. Actually, there isn't a black dwarf. There's a brown dwarf. But you get the celestial theme going on there. But then he goes loopy with Proxima Midnight, which doesn't mean shit. It's dark, but it's close. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Near Dark is an awesome vampire movie.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Bill Paxton Vampire.
Did we see that?
Lance Henriksen, Catherine Bigelow directed it.
No idea. I'll put it in the list, I guess. I mean, if it's worth watching, it's worth watching. And, Corvus Glaive. Here's my weapon. I am like it, and this one is mine. What? No. Corvus... What's a Corvus? Is that just a name that sounds vaguely fucking Latin?
I'm not sure. I love that you're more interested in the damn names than the actual book, which tells you exactly how little you care about.
Exactly right. I got nothing else to say about this. I like big space battles, okay? This is your Star Wars fucking guy here. Space battles are what I'm about. But I want some space battles with a clearly defined enemy who has a clearly defined goal.
Yep.
I mean, it was pretty basic in Star Wars. I'm a giant Sith Lord, and I want the galaxy in my back pocket. Real fucking simple. The rebels, we want to be free. We're going to fight you.
Well, that's not even true. Like, you like complicated storylines too. I mean, you loved Babylon 5, you loved Battlestar Galactica.
Well, sure,
but this is complicated without going anywhere.
Exactly. The Shadows had a huge backstory, and they were nasty enemies, but they were clearly defined. They wanted the galaxy to be run their way. They were the whole evil agents of order routine going on, or the evil agents of chaos routine going on there. We want everyone to be free, but we want to be in charge of that freedom. Boom. Very clear. They had their enemies, the Vorlons, who were the, oppressive agents of order routine. But they just wanted to do things behind the scenes so that, they had a beneficent tint to them, but, they really weren't much better than the Shadows. So you got some complexity there, but you've also got clarity. And you've got this woman with 9 fucking pens sticking out of her face. God damn, Japanese movies are weird. All right, too much dead air there. Wow. I can't handle this.
But yeah, no, it's a strange fucking movie, but it's a really odd book, and I'm just not having a good time with it.
No, and that's the other thing. The Kree Skrull War was a huge, giant storyline, and at points it could be grim. At points you could worry, but you also had, oh my god. But you could also have a rollicking good adventure action time with it.
The Sinestro War.
Yes, exactly. Very dark, very complex, but you still had fun with it. That's just lame. Are you out of your fucking gourd with this storyline? God, this movie is twacked.
At least you're not letting it bother you.
Oh, no, not at all. Jesus. Iron Man. Let's talk some Iron Man. How about that? Would you? I would rather talk some Iron Man. He's punching her through the phone. That's sheer lunacy. And instead of putting the receiver down, she just keeps letting him smack her. What the fuck, man? Ew. Ew, why is it? Oh, he's gonna, after all that, he's gonna choke her with the fly. That makes all kinds of sense. So, we're just about done with the whole God Killer giant 5-mile robot thing.
Tony's in it, but he doesn't want to fucking fly it. So he's just walking around.
Death's Head has shown up, and 451 is telling him, "Look, here's the bounty, here's the job. How about you go get him for me?" But 451 is also kind of taking control of Death's Head, and he really hates that.
Well, you know what? He paid. He got paid to do a job to get close enough to 451 in order to run him off and cash in on the evil robot reward.
Right.
But now he's his psychic slave, forced to run after
Poor Tony.
who's running around a giant robot. Now, Death's Head is the nice thing is, the smarter you are and the more villainous you get, the less robotic you become over time. Like, logic starts to go away when you get pissy.
Yeah.
So when Death's Head, who's fucking with him as much as he can, pulls him away to protect him, he tells him to let him go, and he falls down a fucking mine shaft. You gotta love that. There's a mine shaft and a robot.
This is so creepy a flick.
Keep
Come
back.
on.
Iron Man.
Yes,
Iron Man.
Iron Man. As I look up again. At this point, 451 has had his arm ripped off, and he's getting a little bit pissy. But he notes that, you know what? Maybe some lateral thinking, some extreme measures, no cost too high. He turns on the autopilot.
Well, Tony's gotten away from Death's Head. 451 has no way to find Tony in this.
Right. So he writes up some new parameters for the autopilot. And apparently, he turns the course. Where do you think it's going? It's going to Hope's Pustule, which is just, I'm sorry, Karen, but that is a fucked up name. I'm with you on like 99% of everything else in this book. But when you start calling things pustules, I'm not so sure I'm down with you on that one.
That is a bad planet name.
He uses the God Killer to destroy the whole goddamn planet of Hope's Pustule.
Now, to be fair to Tony,
Yeah?
he tries to start flying the thing and hooking himself up, and it doesn't work.
It turns
in time.
out, he's not actually compatible with the damn thing.
He's sitting there with the hell. It's 451 is so busy being bright that he forgot to explain how to fly the actual robot. Tony's sitting there trying to put the helmet on. He's like, "What is this made for a 2-year-old? I don't know what to do here. I'm just."
And then, just because 451 doesn't have any other kind of leverage with him, he aims the God Killer at Earth.
Shockingly enough,
Boom, boom, boom. Aw, come on with this. The kid eats chocolate and he has blood streaming out his nose like a fire hydrant. So done with this flick, dude. Incredible Hulk. Indestructible Hulk.
Agent of Time.
Part 1. Now, apparently, someone has noticed that all this jackassy time travel running around the Marvel Universe, because that's really all the fucking Marvel Universe is anymore,
Yep.
is jaunting around time. Turns out, that's fucking time up.
Which is an awesome concept.
Essentially. I mean, you can't have that much change. Well, I mean, nobody ever really changes anything, though. But they are influencing time, and they are manipulating it. So, it does do damage.
Well, I mean, things have been forgotten over time and whatnot. There's been a lot of storylines where things were slightly damaged by time travel or this or that.
Yep.
I mean, DC went as far as to have a whole time squad of lame dudes running around trying to fix it.
Yeah, the Time Riders.
Wave Rider and fucking...
Time Wave Riders, whatever.
But Wade manages to find a time villain from the ass end of the century. Tomorrow Man.
Of all people. Ugh. There's a lot of things going on this book, and I'm not entirely certain I've caught everything. There's a plane that's gone crazy that is about to land at an airport that doesn't exist anymore because time's fucked up.
Well, that's there's the big moment where the Hulk is off into the field ripping a hole in a plane. You have to enjoy the moment where Maria Hill's like, really, you decided to fuck with Bruce Banner, so the Hulk jumped out of the plane unintentionally.
Yeah.
Good plan. Yeah, we'll talk when you land. And you can literally see the guy cringing. But yeah, he takes out some terrorists, and then they manage to get him on board by pointing out that he doesn't know who Betty is anymore because she never existed.
Yeah.
Which just pisses him off.
Which how's that going to play out in Red She-Hulk?
But also you have to ask yourself, well, first off, no one cares about continuity anymore. Secondly, Marvel is better than DC, but still. You can't take away the factor that...
Yeah?
How would he know who Betty was himself? Because he's really bright and green?
Well, no, if you remember, the only thing the time stream can't affect
Is the
is
Hulk.
him.
Oh, good point. That's right. That does make sense.
Well,
Well, it doesn't make any kind of sense.
He's just so tough, even time can't fuck with him. Go eat my ass. Really? Mark, I'm with you on damn near everything you do, but that was pushing it a bit.
It's the Gamma.
It's the Gamma.
Please, Gamma, don't hurt him.
Gamma. I don't know where I was going with that.
You missed mine.
No, I didn't.
Hey, this is a great book. And him, as much as I hate time travel, at least in this one, you go to the next issue, and he's fighting dinosaurs and cowboys. A 23rd, like, you've got dinosaurs, three of the greatest Marvel fucking 60s cowboys of all time, the Two-Gun Kid, the Thunderbolt, like, I don't even remember their names, but I have comics by all of them. And,
Of course you do.
and then on top of that, you've got miners turned into deputies with Gatling guns for hands, and a time-traveling villain who's come back to turn the silver mine into a time node.
No, see, the Gatling guns for hands thing, I don't know why you're saying that with the tone that it's some kind of bonus.
Well, I'm not even sure if they, like, you couldn't actually tell if they were hands or not. Like, it was so confusing.
Because that is not
But
my
the
idea
Two-Gun
of a
Kid
bonus.
saved the day.
Well, I mean, Westerns, it's very difficult to say anything bad about the Hulk punching out a dinosaur.
Surrounded by cowboys.
Surrounded by cowboys. You lean more toward the benefits of the cowboys standing by than I do. You know, if he had just gone back to the Cretaceous or whatever the fuck and punched out a dinosaur and that corrected the timeline, that's where I would say, cool, enough. But you gotta have cowboys.
Everybody's got to have cowboys.
Not everybody needs cowboys. Cows themselves, I'm sure, would be happy without fucking cowboys.
I don't know that for sure. They wander the traffic a lot more.
No, they
not
just
bright
hang
animals.
out on the plains and eat grass and go.
Well, sure, the plain cows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the urban cows. What would happen to those poor fuckers?
They moved to India.
Not a bad idea. Lap of luxury.
I've thought
and all
this
that
through.
shit. You have so not.
Hey, I spent a lot of time thinking what I'd do if I was a cow.
What? I want to debate that you've ever done that, but I can't be 100% certain that you didn't take 30 to 45 seconds this afternoon with that in mind, stop and say, if anyone ever asked me,
What would I do if
what
I were
would I do, in fact, if I had turned cow?
I'd take the train to India.
The cattle car, of course.
Well, sure. Nice.
You finished summing it up already. And
Yeah, but and then you jump to you have that awesome moment where Bruce Hulk comes back, thinking it's all done, and it's like, oh, the Black Knight, and we're the traveling knights of Camelot.
Are you?
Oh, fuck nuggets.
You're killing me with this. The time incident management and eradication, or whatever this is. Time irregularity management and elimination. Or eradication. I don't know. It doesn't matter because I hate acronyms.
It's important that it spells out the word, not what it actually says.
Yeah.
And that tells you everything you need to know.
So, at this point, we have finally made the last issue. I think. Probably not. Of Captain America in Munchkinland. Because I'm so done with this fucking thing, man.
Yeah, but you know what? This had some positives for me. Like, I've been beyond sick of this. But you have them. Jet Black freaks out because Zemo is now dead. Her brother's dead. Everything that she's trying to protect, she gets confused by because now being a hero has cost everything that she's ever understood.
Right.
People want to blow up her house with their father's fucking spirit in it, which only works when you're a fucking robot television. But
she punches out Sharon, hops on a sky cycle, desperate to stop the...
she steals the trigger that would explode her house.
How do you write a line like, atrocity is her birthright? What? Can't read that, man. It hurts me to read that.
It's a good line.
It's terrible line. Tender murder, delicious taste. What? This is what passes for dialogue in Remender's fucking cat.
There's some strange things going on, but you've got some really high points, like Jet Black, Sharon talking Jet Black down, and then Cap fighting his cyberpunk, whatever the fuck that thing is, Frock's foe.
I don't even know what that thing is, but I can't handle it.
But, you know, it's a perfect Cap moment. He's like, look, you're trying to use my own memories of my mother against me. What are you, stupid? Like, come on. There's nothing you can say that's going to change the way I feel about my mom, jackhole.
Yeah, think. But then there's this giant, like, kaiju-size fucking Monster Zola thing.
But that's awesome,
that
too, because Jet Black's like, all right, fine, you're right. I should not let an entire planet just die because, you know, my father was a dill hole. And suddenly he shows up again. He's like, God damn it. I faked my own death to remind you you're a supervillain, and you still did the nice thing. I wasted a lot of time on you, woman. You think everybody's got a television chest for a dad? No, they do fucking not.
I offered you the world, and this is what you give me. But, to save the universe, Sharon jumps down on Kaiju Zola's fucking shoulder, pops him a few times in the fucking eyeball with her giant-ass gun, which is pretty goddamn ballsy, Sharon. I love you for that. And then she blows everything up.
Yep.
All the hell and gone.
They've re-killed Sharon.
Again.
Putting Cap back into the modern era, trapped with Jet Black, tears, and as if that's not bizarre enough,
Yeah.
what appears to be the grown-up version of the little boy that Cap saw dead is running around as Nomad in Froxland.
Yeah. I could have done without that.
I certainly don't need the fourth fucking Nomad.
No. Leave Nomad in the dead dust of time.
I mean,
Okay.
isn't the girl one still around? Like,
I really don't remember. How about, why don't we end this episode with 2 examples of the sheer awesomeness that can occur on the printed page of comic books?
dude, as a result of this book, I have to find fucking Jason Aaron on Hulk. I have to find Jason Aaron on Wolverine and the X-Men. Like, this book is so goddamn good.
This is the very last time we have to deal with gore. It's the very last time we have to deal with God bombs.
It's the ultimate Thor versus Gore.
You're killing me with this. It's just all battle. It's all kill issue. There's fucking modern Thor grabbing hammers from anywhere he can fucking get them, slamming them together, and just ripping the shit out of things.
You literally have Thor, current Thor, our hero, jumping into the center of the bomb and absorbing it with his 2 hammers and his pure awesomeness.
Which, you know, should be too much for my brain to handle. That should be too big. That should be
stupid.
It should.
But it's not. And the reason it's not is because what they're doing, they establish, it's like, he's a god. He's absorbing this so other people don't have to. And all the other like, the faith of gods is in Thor. Like, you take that concept, there's nothing he can't do.
Yep. And he takes all that energy, directs it straight out of his dual-wielding Mjolnirs, and rips the shit out of Gore one final time. And
with his own weapon.
It's awesome.
But you have now with Gore has to realize that he's become a god in a sense of awful, and that his whole world is made up of his weapon and his inability to deal with the fact that he's the worst thing ever. So he's actually been working against. It's the ultimate Thanos moment. It's like, no, you gave me the keys to your failure the whole time, Thanos. You know, the dark side theory. It's like, well, you could have it, but Thor being Thor and Jason Aaron being Jason Aaron, unlike Cap or fucking Superman, he's like, and now I'm just going to beat your ass with a hammer till you're a fucking smear. So, wham, wham, wham.
The original recipe Thor pulls out Yarn Bjorn and chops old boy's head off, and that's when they realize that the energy of the weapon is still in current Thor, and he can't just puke it out. And so, for, quote, the 9th time that he could remember, Thor dies.
And is reborn with the Thor Force.
Don't say that. I know it's on there, and I want to hate Thor Force because it sounds like such a crap 90s concept. I want to hate that. But the Odin Force, I guess, was there ever one mentioned?
I believe so.
I mean, it seems fitting that there would be one.
Probably more like the All-Father Force or something, but...
Yeah, I am torn by that phrase.
You know what? They're taking something they've used before and using it successfully. I have no problem with it. It sounds ridiculous, but so be it. No, great book. And it ends on such a cool note. Like, young Thor goes back to being a dumbass. Old Thor's learned a valuable lesson, but he can't stop himself from being like, oh, by the way, your life's still going to suck. Well, I'm much more like my father than I thought I was. Thanks for nothing.
But now he gets to hang out with his great-great-granddaughters who just kind of fawn over him, which is mildly creepy.
Yeah, a tad, yes. But no, spare gods are going to Asgard, so just cool things all over the place, opening up doors.
Spare guards.
I've been a prisoner of Gore so long I don't remember what I'm a god of. Well, obviously it's not memory or fucking good plans, Bob.
But then there was this one child that had offered up a prayer to Thor.
Yep.
And he actually goes back to visit her.
With a bunch of gods.
And remind her that, yes, the gods listen. Which is mildly cheesy, but it fits the rest of it so well.
Yeah.
That it's so easy to just walk by that mild amount of cheese right there. And just deal with it because it's cool.
It's a strong ending to a strong storyline. Like, yeah, I was like, oh my god, the god thing is going on, but it stayed consistently good all the way through. I worried a little bit when we went from God Killer to God Bomb, but...
Yeah. So, Thor's all done with killing other god killers.
It's time to return to Midgard.
It's time to return to Midgard, and he just, you know what? I'm going to visit for a while. You know, I'm going to have a beer here. I'm going to have a beer there.
It is this is the example of the one issue filler issue that's awesome.
Yes.
There's nothing necessary in this, although it does establish that Jane Foster has a boyfriend and breast cancer and is still smarter than Thor. But you see him go into different, like he brings a fruit that no one on Earth, that no one in space has ever eaten to a death row prisoner. He's getting hit on by nuns. He's grabbing beers with veterans. Like, Thor has it's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off for Thor.
Thor Odinson's Day Off.
But it ends on such an awesome and dark note at the same time.
Yes.
Like his future Thor, now that Asgard is rebuilt and there's a rainbow bridge again, decides to go to Midgard because that's what Thors do. So he walks out to this nuclear irradiated wasteland. And you're like, fuck! Really?
Like, man, what's he doing there? Is he going to fight the radiated man?
Either that or Mad Max.
Well, that I doubt.
Beyond Thunderdome, bitch.
As awesome as I would think that is, because of its sheer ludicrousy. Ludicrousy?
Ludicrousness?
Ludicrosity? Aha! No. Its sheer weirdness factor. I would be into it for like one issue.
You get the giant graphic, the special trade size paperback, Superman versus Ali, Thor versus Mad Max.
That I would get, as long as there's just one of the fuckers.
So a 3-part miniseries.
No, would not be down with that. You know what I got in the mail today? I totally forgot about that because it just happened today.
What's that?
It's been on my Amazon wish list forever, but I saw the price go down used from like a Goodwill reseller, an Amazon affiliate. It was like 38 cents before shipping.
What's that?
It was like $4 shipping. So I'm like, how can I pass up an independently creator-owned Snyder property, Scott Snyder property, for 38 fucking cents?
What is that about? You mentioned that
don't
before.
even know.
What it's called?
Severed.
Well, that sounds pleasant.
Yeah, it's really big. It's hardcover. It's a good half-inch thick.
Good
So
Christ.
it's 100+ pages anyway. So I take it out of the package and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is this giant sticker on the front of it? God damn! Whoa! Wait a minute. What is this signed by the author stuff? And I open it up, and sure enough, and man, fucking gold Sharpie, Scott Snyder, right there.
That's a nice
Like
one.
38 cents, motherfucker!
Particularly since you've missed him like 3 times
Every
now.
single time.
Scott Snyder is your white whale.
Pretty much. I don't think I need to stab at him, though, so it's...
From hell's heart, I stab at thee with my gold Sharpie. Sign, fucker, sign!
Oh,
And there's your title.
sign, fucker, sign.
Either that or from hell's heart, I stab at thee with my gold Sharpie.
Scott Snyder is my white whale. I found not a new website, but I found a very fun website this week.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Here's some nerd news. It's not news. It's a nerd experience this week. I found a site called Sci-Fi Debris. And this guy takes TV shows and movies, and he makes videos of them. He chops them up so it's not like a 2-hour fucking review. And he goes and reviews them in kind of our fashion.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun. His Star Trek, he rips the shit out of Star Trek. It's great. He gets them in like 8 to 11 minute parts, 8 to 12 minute parts, 3 or 4 parts a movie. And he doesn't just point out inconsistencies. He's got a frightening number of details about the productions that I'm like, holy shit.
God damn.
I don't want to know that kind of stuff. How the fuck did you know? And he would not leave Shatner alone as the director of 4. of 6. No, god damn it. 5, because 6 was the apology. So, I think I'm the only one that calls it that.
I believe so.
When he was ripping apart Cybok, oh my god, dude, you gotta watch this. SF Debris.
SF Debris. I will check it out.
It's a lot of fun. He does some nice stuff about Battlestar Galactica. He doesn't really make fun of it because Battlestar Galactica is a perfect property.
Shut up.
Aside from the complete lack of actual consequences, Starbucks' bad decisions every other episode.
Yeah, worst military officer ever.
Having noted that, why don't we call this one even?
Fair enough.
Have a great night, kids.
Bless you, fuckers!
And away.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. Find us on Facebook, Stitcher, Twitter under @TheMeanerGeek. Subscribe to us through RSS.
Or we can be located at our own site, www.themeangeek.com. And most importantly of all, you can find us as a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Email us directly at themeanergeek@gmail.com.
Can I drink now?
You may.